I'm wondering what happened to the days when we used to push little bricks around and pretend there were trucks and cars and all those kinds of things where your imagination just went wild. But now it's all on a tablet, it's all on a screen, it's created for you. And there's something, Kerry, that game developers use that's called the startle effect to keep your child's attention. Tell me more about the startle effect.
Absolutely. Yes. Just back to your first point, I think that's really important. The development of imagination and to use another object, a brick for a car. Yeah. I mean, that is awesome. And yeah, I think that the reality of screens kind of takes that away.
Absolutely.
So, sure. The startle effect, yes. The startle effect is something that was developed, I think, in the 1960s.
Yes.
Yes. Because of the radiation that comes from screens, which has what's called a catatonic effect on our brains. So, you know, if you watch TV too long, you find yourself slowly falling asleep and sinking into the couch.
Yes.
So the startle effect was created in order to alert you. So bright lights, a loud sound, or something emotional. And particularly something that might be a little bit scary, exciting, or maybe even something that's a little bit more dark, a little bit violent, has that startle effect to wake you up and you know, keep you focused and keep you attending to what's happening on the screen. But our brains do something called habituation.
Habituation.
Habituation means you kind of get used to it.
Yes.
And then you don't startle so much anymore. So in order to combat that, what the screen producers needed to do was up the ante, and so increase the incidence of the startle effect. The problem with the startle effect is it has an effect on a specific hormone in your body called cortisol. So as soon as you get a fright, you go into what is called a fight-fright response. Your heart rate goes up, it's actually your adrenal glands release cortisol, and it makes you feel scared, alert, and ready for action.
Yes.
But the problem is, if you have this constant stimulation of cortisol, it has a very, very negative effect on your nervous system, on your brain. It makes you anxious, and no anxious child can learn. No anxious person can learn.
Wow.
I always say when your emotional batteries aren't working, nothing works. So really, really important. This startle effect is quite a scary phenomenon.
Yeah, and hence why we need to try and find a way of, you know, finding that routine for your child and filling that routine with all of the healthy developmental stuff that they need. Play outside, develop their imagination, have them read a book, have them run until they're tired. How about that? Give us a call on 083-9133-728. We'll continue our chat with occupational therapist Kerry Wallace shortly after the break. Stay tuned.